What's going on, people? How you guys doing today? Here on Quiet Wednesday. As we all know, the stream gets really, really quiet, so, we're going to draw. We got cards to draw and probably some to ink up and stuff like that. So, yeah, we're going to do that today. I'm going to turn down the music on my side. It's not so loud. And let's see. Let's look up Fry from Futurama. See if we can't get a straight on. That's a problem. That's the problem with a lot of these like Simpsons characters, and Futurama is the same way, because they're always like at a 3/4 view to keep the thing interesting. So it's really hard to find like a straight on shot of the characters, because you don't want to screw that up. And if we can't find what they would look like, then we might have to move on, because Bender's pretty easy, but Fry has a very distinct like lip shape thing going on, and it doesn't seem like they drew him from the front like a straight on non-turnaround shot. Everyone, Spidey and Black Cat was like, oh, thanks. I'm glad you like it. No, go back. It's gonna look, hopefully it's gonna look a lot better once it's colored. Hey, you two, quit it. Every time, I swear. It makes no sense. That might be the closest. What's up, Miss Ebony? All right. Hold on. Here you go, Miss Ebony. First one.
The Ninja Empire is free, dominant, and unstoppable. Our ninja spirit is fueled by fire and driven by razor-sharp determination. When we take on a mission, we must succeed or die. Our style is unique and deadly, and no one wants to suffer the wrath of the Ninja Empire.
There you go. Don't know why it was so quiet, but that's the first one. I did, and I'll make sure to do the last one. Yeah, at the end of the day, like I was supposed to in the first place. Sorry about that. I don't know if I can find a front shot of Fry. We got a profile, lots of 3/4, which is the sign of good animation, right? But it's like, come on, there's gotta be one. Let's see. See, when he's getting kissed, we get a straight, but oh man, this is so close. Sean, look, if you guys can't stop that, and I'm saying you guys because it's the two of you, not because you did it. Stop being so defensive and thinking that everything's about you. And it's a blanket statement so that you can't say, well, you didn't tell me, which is something you like to do. So I'm putting all of you together and going, if you guys can't control yourselves and driving me crazy when I'm trying to, do a stream, you will leave. I don't think we're gonna be able to do Fry and Bender.
I don't have a picture.
Boys will be boys, and I get that, but they always want to be boys right when I'm starting a stream.
You know, we do this all the time.
And when I'm doing a stream.
You know, most of the time. Sean, how do I change my seat?
See, I could get Zoidberg probably, and Bender. But Fry and Bender would definitely be the ones to do, but there's no straight shots of Fry. It's all 3/4 shots. We might have to move on from Fry and Bender. Alright, let's see. Moving on, because it's gonna take, you know what? We'll do an easy one. We'll do Miles. We'll do Miles and Spider-Gwen. Let's see. Yeah, wait. These over here. Right? So that way we can see them all. Put that one up there. Alright. But you know. Others can hear them. I know. Alright, so.
This silly Billy's so silly spot.
And I'm gonna make this is not that big.
Actually, I'll do 100 of them. No, it's all 101. Why?
Alright, make sure we got. What's up? I like your hair, thank you. A mouser. Turn that down on my end. How are you doing today, Mousa? What's going on? Work calls. I'll catch a replay afterwards to get out. Have a great night. Alright, Don, thanks for stopping in. What was I looking up? Oh yeah, Miles. Here, like them ones. Children are quiet until the phone rings. Yep. We were like them once. I know. I'm not claiming to not be. I don't think that I was anything, you know. Be like, you're the same way. I'm like, yeah, no, I know.
Ready?
White. Okay, we can do that. But it's just one of those ones where you're like, come on. I forgot. I need this. The battle royale has begun. Good. What about you? I'm doing all right. Working on some commissions. You know, it's good. It's good stuff. I'm happy. Got my hair braided. But that was a couple days ago. So we're just, you know, so my plan is to knock out all my commissions this month. Like that's the plan, is to knock them all out so I don't have to worry about them later. Right? And then I can actually focus on on my comic. To finish on my Ninja Empire comic, which I'm really excited to be doing. So I'm gonna be working pretty non-stop trying to make this work. So yeah. And this, I mean, look at that. This one's pretty much drawn out. Go figure. Thing is that I'm gonna try and make Miles's thing. I wonder if I have a red. I don't think I do. Like, I love the red outline for him. The Sarge one. I mean, we can't even really call that one rigged. He rarely wins. Because I know that he, you know, in the video game he had like white webbing, right? But then in this he also has black webbing. I mean red webbing, and it's kind of what set him apart. But to be honest, it's just like I can't. Like I really can't, because goodness, having to draw that, you know, like, because it's always done with the computer, right? It's real easy to throw red webbing over top of everything, but it's really hard to do it here, right? Because if I draw it and I pencil and I put in all the ink, then trying to come in and make that into something never works. So we're gonna do the white webbing and hope that nobody hates us for it. So we'll see what happens, you know? Hopefully no one will get too mad. Skip, what's going on? Okay, so you're here, and I know that you're trying to figure out life and all that stuff. Like I know, right? And I'm not here to put any pressure on you. But I was on campus today, and I was talking to my chair, and he let me know some information, and it seems like we're gonna be needing some faculty really fast, and for the fall semester. And what's up, Thunder Keys? There is a strong possibility that come July, yours truly is going to be asked to be the chair. So, I'm just saying, if there's a possibility for work, for someone who may or may not need to help with illustration, because the current professor for illustration has been bumped up to a different position, and the fact that the current chair is looking to move outside of the teaching area, and he teaches in animation, there might be a spot for you. And if I'm the chair who's in charge of those things, the process of interviewing and all that stuff is pretty much a zero, because if you want it, you got it. I'm just saying. And he answers back, yep, you're right. Someone needs the white coats. Well, I have to talk when I get back in town. When are you? Oh, thanks. Thank you. When are you planning on coming back? Just random question, because we need to hang out. Like that's the bigger thing. No, nothing work related, but we need to hang out, you know? Back this fall and staying through the end of the year. Okay. Okay.
Creative.
Hmm? Yeah. I generally want more than what people give me. So, thank you. Okay. That's cool. Just don't be surprised if I try and hit you up sooner due to the need of things. Okay? Keep an open mind, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because if that were the case, you'd be working with me. And I'm just hoping that we're still on good terms as far as work would be concerned. And you know I would take care of you. And you know I wouldn't be asking for anything, you know, stupid. And I sure as hell wouldn't, I wouldn't pull a scat. So, you know that.
But I've got all these coming in.
Miss Ebony must be bored. She's talking a whole bunch of nonsense right now. Like I said, I'm just saying, like, I'm always, you know me, I'm trying to look out for the people who deserve it. And you will always be on my list of people who deserve it. So, like I said, and I know that I know what you said, and I'm not trying to pressure you into anything, but I also know that when you start looking towards money and stuff like that, it's good to know that there's a possibility of something out there. So, and that's if it all happens the way I was told, right?
Oh.
So, just saying. Mention the chair. Yes, the department chair. Department chair. Talking about school. School. Less teaching is great stability. It is. It's like, it is. So one thing, oh, and this school is unioned, so you're gonna get paid what you're worth. They give you time off. You know, you have to do something extra. They're like, we'll pay you for it. You know, all the just everything that you wanted out of regular life. Yeah. Yeah. So, just saying.
That's not right.
All right, so this one is gonna look way better once it's actually done. Right, because Miles Morales has the red, and that's very important, and then Spider-Gwen has that like magenta maroon thing. So, all right, let's see. You gonna make you president one day? Maybe. Let's see. Ooh, I got her. Oh yeah. Alright, so that's that. Next one. Yes. Yes? Oh. Alright, who do we want to do next? We got Waluigi, Oh, you know what? I know exactly what we're drawing next. And I think I need. How did I? Yeah. So we gotta do.
Wait, hold on.
This is Ninja Empress, right? Get the children afraid to talk. They're talking, they're just less rowdy. That is all.
Ready? Ready? Alright.
Tomorrow's your Friday. It must be nice.
It is? Why you check me? Ready?
Uh-oh. Rig test. Heck yeah. Nice. It looks great. Nice. A little delivery of some tea, nighttime tea. Oh, snaps. So that's good. Oh, good. Well, I think that's fantastic, right? Like if you have a nice flow, especially. That way you'll always be able to test, know exactly what's happening. Exercise.
This times two.
Oh wait, what was he on Ninja? Oh, now I gotta look it up. Crap. Ninja Force. Ninja Force Snake Eyes. Forgot what he looked like. Comic. That's not what he looked like. Wow, is that really what he looked like? That's... Ninja Force Snake Eyes looked horrible. Alright, I guess we're just gonna draw a regular, Snake Eyes. And then we'll do Ninja Force Storm Shadow. That's the thing that'll be different. Yeah. If I find the problem with most. What's going on? People say anything? No, okay. Here's the problem with most people playing the rings that they build the entire thing first and then troubleshoot the problem they come rather than building parts and then figuring out. Okay. I do have a Serpentor model now. So happy. Snake eyes.
Flawless victory.
What? What has happened? $10 versus pair. Oh my goodness! Thank you so very much for that joining over on Patreon. Thank you so very much. Holy crap! Thank you so very much. Can we get some hype in the chat for Social Michael pledging $10 via Patreon? Thank you so very much. That means so much to me. Thank you. We can get this Ninja Empire thing. See, and even in every project, ninjas, right? Throwing in some Snake Eyes, because even though, I mean, whatever, right? We don't need to get into my rant of Snake Eyes again. But since everyone else is like, yay, Snake Eyes, fine. Right? We'll do a Snake Eyes, but Storm Shadow's the one that's really gonna be the main thing, right? So we're always gonna have us some ninjas in here. All my projects have ninjas. All of them. So that means we'll come here. Probably gonna have to break that up though. There. Yeah, we're gonna break this up. Snake Eyes. Alright, hype. Speaking of ninjas, yeah. You guys are fan picking up Shredder's Revenge tomorrow? Nice. It's I don't know. What console is it on? Or is it on computer only? Because if it's on computer, probably. I mean, my kids play more on computer than they do on the console anyway. Yes. Oh man, the arcade game. And this game looks remarkably similar to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Revenge, Shredder's Revenge. It's on the console. Is it on the computer? Can you download it on the computer? Do we know? Is it on Steam? Oh, it's on PC? Ooh. You should, Butch, you should look up Shredder's Revenge. Because it's a 6-player co-op.
6 players.
Yeah.
That's a little too many people.
No, it's not. You lie.
No, there's only 4 turtles. You're gonna have to be like human.
There are 7 playable characters.
And I forget those humans.
I think one of them's the robot. The robot Ninja Turtle. Then one of them should be Splinter. Then one of them would be Casey Jones. It's on Steam.
Tekken 11 is 85% off.
Tekken 11?
7.
7. Do you want Tekken 7?
I mean, it's 6 dollars. I really like Tekken.
But it's on PC, right? Like,
Well, you can hook up controllers, I guess.
I mean, I guess.
Tekken is always
Casey.
a little too slow for me.
So the ninja. Oh, you can. So it's the Ninja Turtles, April, Splinter, and Casey Jones.
Oh, you can split this. And is Casey Jones the hockey guy?
Casey Jones is indeed the hockey guy.
Is it the arcade looking one?
Yes. It is indeed the arcade-looking one.
It's supposed to come out on June 16th.
That's tomorrow.
It is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Said, I'll put it on my list.
They say
Hopefully it's on Monday.
it looks great. I'm all for it.
I know it's like a side-scrolling beat 'em up.
It is a side-scrolling beat 'em up. It's my kind of game.
We never played Castle Crash.
I did play that.
One.
You said never, and you were a liar.
No, I didn't say we never. I said never.
Liar.
Nah.
There, see, that's the one I was thinking of. There it is. There. That's the Ninja Force. No, don't be all tiny. Nobody cares about it being tiny. Why can't I have reference that's not tiny?
I like review.
There we go.
It's on my wish list.
Sweet.
And Legolas, it won't be $40.
With any luck. Oh, and if you guys are free, salutations. What's up, Calculus? You over on YouTube today? If any of you guys are free tomorrow, same time, I will once again be streaming over on Wacom's page. So all this month, I'm going to be streaming on Thursdays over on Wacom's stream. So we're doing some world building. It'd be awesome if you guys were able to come hang out. Miss Ebony came and hang out, and then she accused me of me not knowing who she was. Just absolute lies. Just lies. Accusing me of what the people from Wacom were asking.
What? Bro. You can see the spit still on it. You can just wipe it off. Ugh! Nasty thing where... Bro, no, look at the live feed.
Wacom? No. Some people call it Wacom, but they're actually Wacom. I have come to superior platform to appease, guys. What's up, Calculus? You forgot. I did not forget who you were. Even greeted you and everything. Even said thank you then too. It was like, shh. Wacom is the tablet, the Cintiq tablets and stuff. They're the creators of that. Yeah, that's probably the way it needs to go.
We've got some big W Yo, we got the color yellow on top tattoo. Yeah, I just said you made your money back. I see money back. Because then if you get heady, I did you. Yeah. Think you ready to school?
Might need a different picture. Yep.
You just said you want me to let me just correct you.
I think I have a new mission. That is all. Oh, it's gross. I think I have a new mission that I want to try and accomplish for like Ninja and G.I. Joe. I think I want to try and find all of the Ninja Force G.I. Joe stuff.
It's a Harry.
I think that's gonna be. I think that's something I want to do. I have some of them already, but I think it would be cool to go on a collection spree, you know? See if I can find them all. Because I'm pretty sure that they're pretty much next to nothing, right? Because nobody wants them. I'm looking into those when I was on Digital Arcade. Because, well, 11x17 is expensive. It is indeed expensive. But there is something to the physical, just the physical product, you know? I always say that. I'm like, I like digital a lot because of all the tools that it gives me that I can use and have at my disposal. But being able to look at a person and they're like, how much is this? And name a price, and they don't go, oh, but it's just a print, right? Because it's not. I mean, it's not. You're like, this is original, man. You're like, oh wow. It's like, I can't remake this. I mean, I could, but you know what I mean? It'll always be. It's gonna be a little different no matter what. So having something original is just worth it to me. Bam! Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. There, I guess. And let's see if we can do Jughead. So I'm like, how clear? Oh, it's pretty clear there. Okay, YouTube's just shitty. Okay, anyway. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was looking up someone else. Moving on to the next person. Let's see, Jughead. Jughead comic. Feel free to buy one of my pages. I'll wait till the comics done and then we talk about it. Oh, that's good. Alright, Jughead. Ooh, man, braids make you want to itch your head. And the stuff that I put in my hair to make sure that it doesn't itch is currently wearing off because it's the end of the day. I don't know if I like new Jughead. Seeing Jughead was primarily drawn from 3/4 profile because of his super nose. So that one might be out. Let's look at the Red Hood, I guess. Now with the Red Hood, do we do the pill Red Hood? Pill Red Hood. Or which Red Hood should we do? I'm thinking Hood. Oh, that Red Hood looks amazing. Hooded, angry. There we go. And he's got red eyeballs. Heck yeah, this is the one we're doing. Wow, this Red Hood is awesome. Okay, Red Hood for the win. Classic is more recognizable. That's why we can't really do it for this. But maybe for one of the hits. I think we can do 5 hits. Forget. Actual hooded Red Hood. Yeah, that's what we're doing. See, and this is the thing. Like I've been out of comics for so long, just looking and like, oh, I'm out of comics. Like, so I don't even know. Like, I'm looking at this character. I'm like, this character is so badass. And it's like, oh wait, I haven't seen this character before. To be honest, it's like, oh, to be honest, I don't think I've ever seen him. Alright, so we're going up, and like so. The angry eyeballs. So, what we're going to do is give him a little shadow underneath. So, whatever you do, don't do nose Red Hood. Okay. Well, I was like, maybe we do the pill. Do you remember the pill? Like, he had this big red pill for a hood, like a head. It was Red Hood. It was hilarious. He was very stupid. They sculpted a nose in the helmet? What? That's bad. And then he's got some hair. So Burn it with fire. Oh, you're showing me? Ew. No. 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 Oh, that's horrible. Yeah, we're not doing that one. That one's really bad. Oh no, that's not working. It is a tangent. We don't like tangents. Just do that instead. So, that's the inside. No need to overdo it. Right. Couple lines here and there. Little funsies. Just the eyes. Around like so. And this breaks its way down to here. So, drop this down just a little bit. Okay. All right, bye. Yeah. Maybe we'll bring this here. Add a little something, a little dimension. Like so, and then a couple tick marks. Because he's damaged. Red Hood. Do you agree? Any group? Our stream should be titled The Virtual Bullpen. I can agree with that. Steve! What's going on, man? Hey, how was AwesomeCon for you? Who else? Should be Batman. But Damien. Wouldn't it be Batman? Didn't the Red Hood team up with Batman? He didn't team up with Damien. Right? Like, he didn't team up with Damian Wayans. Right? Let's see. Red Hood. Seems like they were always fighting each other. He's teamed up with Batman, right? Good old stinking head Batman. Unusually meh. So, yeah, it was really slow. Like, it was weird. Like, there's tons of people, but it was really, really slow in comparison to other awesome cons. And what was weird was a lot of people were like, oh, you didn't make any money. What's up, Mandala? It was people weren't interacting. Like, I saw hundreds of people just walk by, right? And they were just, that was it. Just walking. No interaction, no nothing, just walking. And so Friday and Saturday was pretty dang poopy. Like, it was so bad that I'm like, if this was any other con, I would have packed up Saturday night, right? And was like, whatever, I'm outies. But since it was right at home, I was like, you know what? I'll come and check it out, and then on Sunday, and we'll go from there, right? And Sunday produced like 5 times as much money as the other 2 days, like, combined. And so, like, everyone just kind of came by and dropped money, and it was like, okay, what just happened? So it turned out to be like a regular awesome con in the end, which was cool, but it kind of sucked that the first 2 days were just complete and utter poop. So specifically Red Hood and Damian spread at the rest of the Bat fam. Con, yep. No, it wasn't you. It was a lot of people. Like, I got lucky on Sunday. Like, I had some regulars come by, and that's why it really worked out for me. But to be honest, I was talking to a whole bunch of people, and they're like, it's slow. Why is it so slow? You know, and they're like, is it supposed to be this slow? Or, you know, and then they try to put it on, COVID. I'm like, but no, because COVID, you know, they had a convention last year and it was better than this year. So, you know what I mean? So I was like, no, I don't think it's that. So, I don't know what it was, but it was definitely slow. And I talked to some of the showrunners, and I was like, so what did you think of AwesomeCon this year? And he was like, yeah, it was very slow. I'm like, all right. So I'm glad it's not just, you know, once again, it's not us. You know, we're like, shh. Yeah, Sunday was the only lucrative day. What's up, Aaron? Didn't even make the tail. Oh my goodness, that's horrible. Oh wow, that's crazy. AwesomeCon was such a good show. And you know, the thing is like, I saw Ben, and I was like, you know, I was talking to Ben, and he was like, yeah, I have nothing, you know, he was like, I have nothing to do with it. And I'm like, I know you have nothing to do with it, but man, oh man, you know, because he was just like, look, yeah, it truly sucks. And like, the organization was weird, right? There's no signage. They wanted you to use. They're like, we want you to use our mobile app, and I'm like, that's cool and all, but the internet doesn't work. Right? With all these people here, the internet doesn't work. So how are we supposed to remedy that? And I was like, well, you know what I mean? So there was just a lot of issues. And then of course, excuse me, the pride parade thing that was there, you know, that caused Saturday to just be locked up in general. Right? Like Saturday, nothing was moving because, well, yeah, they had all the streets locked up. So, you know what I mean? So it just seemed like there was a lot of poor planning. Seems like. I don't know. And, you know, when Ben was there, when Ben was holding it down, like, I would say the celebrities were more, like, A-list. Well, maybe not A-list, but, you know, they're very close to being A-listers, if not indeed A-listers. So, because, I mean, their big draw this year was it Melissa Joan Hart, Sabrina the Teenage Witch? And not even the new Sabrina the Teenage Witch. You know, the Hope one. From a local con next year. You should. Don't hope. Just do it. It's like, don't hope. Do it. This year, George Perez. Oh man, the Wi-Fi thing was madness. Oh my goodness, because he couldn't call me from upstairs. Yeah, dude, I don't know. And I logged into their Wi-Fi. Like my internet just died, right? And it was like, we'll think about working. We're not gonna work, you know. And it was just like, dude, this sucks. And so. I connected to their Wi-Fi, and anytime my phone would go into like sleep mode, right, it would disconnect. And I'm like, oh, come on. And so you wouldn't think about it, you know, you're like, oh, I'm gonna use my Square now, and it's like, you're not gonna use Squat right now. And I'm like, oh. It's like, you guys are killing me with this. And they're like, yeah, well, we don't necessarily care. And I think that was the part that really hurt, was that it just kind of felt like it was going to fall on deaf ears anyway. So, and it's sad when your home convention, which was amazing for years, then ends up like, wow, this is pretty poops, you know? Because that's what it seems like happened. And the bad part is, you're going, why is this so different? And you're like, oh, it's corporate business now, you know? He billed a few days out. Well, let's see. Okay. That sucks. It's like, that's not something that they can control when celebrities dip out. But I mean, because celebrities dipped out on Ben too, right? But he always had, like, there's always a reserve, it seemed like, with him. Like, he knew, like, this might happen, so I'm gonna make sure that I have a couple big draws here for that specific reason, just in case. And sometimes the big draws weren't even, celebrities. Like, he was like, oh, well, I got this person who's super hard to get a hold you know, who doesn't come to cons, or they got like Billy Piper to come down and stuff like that. You know, it was like, I'm surprised to see Ben. He knows the con has been trouble since he sold it. Yeah, no, he comes down. He came down. He comes down every year to check it out. And then, you know, we always talk, and I'm just like, hey, this, that, and the other thing. He's like, yeah, there's not really much I can do. He's like, I'm still a shareholder, right? Like, I own certain things. He's like, so I really hope that it does well, but in the end, I have no control over any of it. And it's just like, yes, can I help you?
Can I get a bag of Takis?
Huh?
A bag of Takis.
I guess.
Thank you.
Yup. So yeah. I was sad to hear when he sold it though. And I was like, oh, there it goes. And then he told me who it was, and it was like who he sold it to, and I'm like, that's 1140. No, yeah, and that's a big thing. And I was talking to some fans about it, right? And I was like, it's different because you could tell that the person who ran it before actually cared about comics, right? And now it's a pop con. It's a pop culture convention. It's not a Comic Con, right? It's a pop culture convention. And I mean, and it's not even, they're not even saying that it is a Comic Con, right? They're just saying it's Awesome Con, and that's it. So they're not actually misleading anybody. Where the camera is? I know he was back there. It's like, I knew he was back there. I can sense my children when they're just staring at me. And I'm just like, I knew he was there. Just, you know, can wait. Or pipe up and say something. But, so it's not like the convention is lying to anyone. They're not going, this is a comic convention, and then you get there and you're like, this is not a comic convention. So they're not, they're not misleading anyone that way. But I mean, it's not what it used to be, and it seemed like a lot more people were cool about it. But was William Shatner last year? See, there you go. It would be news we can try to assassinate him. See, here's the thing. If he's who I have to worry about, I'm good. Because like I said, I knew he was there. He's also not very quiet. The fun part about my kid, I'm like, he's also not exactly the quietest person that existed. He thinks he is, which is always hilarious to me. Grandma, he can try. He can try all he wants. It's not gonna happen. So Ben keeps talking about Ben keeps talking about the Alaska Con that he runs. I so want to get out to that. Like, that's my big, I think that's my big convention for next year. Is that one? Should probably start looking into like flights and stuff, especially since everything is so bananas expensive. Heroes Con? I'm not a big fan of Heroes Con. It's great for the fans, and it's great for the people who they already like, right? Like the actual admin people. If they like you, you'll be placed in a good spot every single time. You know, you won't have to worry about anything. If you're a newbie, they place you next to the dumpster. So, not a big fan. There's one Batman to be standing. Can we get a Batman standing? It's true, I'm not. Did you like Heroes Con? A lot of people talk good about it. It's normally not artists. At least in my experience, right? Unless, of course, you are part of that inner circle and they treat you well, or you luck out and get placed in a really nice spot. But I went to Heroes for many years, and every time I got placed somewhere, it was worse than the last time. And I even brought it up too. I was like, look, you guys keep putting me next to like the toilets and the dumpsters and stuff like nobody's coming over to, like, just out of general, you know, generally they're like, I'm not even gonna go over there, that place looks horrible. Or they're coming over solely to throw something away in the trash can. And I brought it up to them, and they're like, all right, well, we'll take care of you this year. Like, I registered early and all kinds of good stuff like that. And then I got placed in the back, like the furthest most corner from the opening, and then it was like they were doing construction in the ceiling, and the ladders were down, wires were down, the light was flickering. It was like they put me in a horror show, you know. And I was like, so, oh no, who won? Oh, nice. The nerd. Calculus has won. Look at that. All the newcomers are winning. Can't even call those rigged because they're all new. All the newbies are winning. Well, or people who don't come by often. Because Sarge won the first one. He just doesn't come by. So, there you go. I just remember you telling me why. Not a big fan is an understatement. Yeah, well, you know, we try and keep it nicer to not cloud too many people's judgments of places. Hey, Danny. Yeah, no, it was not. Yeah, and I'm giving you, as Steve has pointed out, I'm giving you guys kind of the watered down version of why I don't do Heroes Con. But yeah, so that one's not for me. Anywhere you'd recommend instead? I mean, the thing is like, don't take my word for it. Go. It might be the best thing ever for you, right? Maybe what you are providing, people want to really see, and that's exactly what that place, you know, really wants. The fans really want that. it's a possibility, right? Like if you were gonna go to Heroes Con, go to Heroes Con. Don't let me cloud your judgment on that one. See, if it wasn't for this year, I would have told you Awesome Con, but Awesome Con was such a, I don't even know what. It was such a broken convention this year that I would hate to recommend coming out to DC and then, it's like, oh, well that was a joke. And then people keep saying, like, oh, well, you should go to Baltimore Comic Con, it's still about the comics, it's all about the comics. And it is, but they have 500 artists in Artist Alley. Like that's a lot of people, right, to compete with. I always try and recommend looking at smaller shows, like more local small shows, because you're, even if you're new, you're bigger fish in a smaller pond versus coming to something that has 500 artists where half of them were invited and are, they're celebrities in their own right and stuff like that, and everyone's coming to see them, right? And those 500 artists are not the like guests that they put on the the advertisement. So you know what I mean? It's like meh. So but to be honest, I don't even know. I don't even think I can actually recommend a convention for you, because the scene of the comic book convention has changed so much that there are very few and far between conventions that are actually comic cons, so that puts you in a disadvantage anyway. Anywhere where you will go and they have like celebrities, if they have like two, and they bring in the Black Power Ranger, yeah, you should go, right? Like that's probably going to be a good one, because that'll pull in people and then they'll have nothing else to do. But if you go to a convention that has 50 celebrities, don't go to that one, right? Like don't, because everyone's coming to the celebrities, they're not really doing the artist stuff. So it's like, oh, well, this is a pop culture convention, right? And so that's the main difference now, is that it's either a pop culture convention or it's a small comic convention. There's very few big ones. And then, because people will be like, oh, well, what about San Diego Comic-Con? That is a pop culture convention. What about New York Comic-Con? That's a pop culture convention, right? Like they've got so many things going on, so many guests and stuff, to where it's not about the comics. They started off as comics, and they're like, oh, well, we like comics, and you're like, that's cool, I appreciate that, but then the focus isn't on comics. I told people that if they didn't live in the area or didn't have to pay for travel or a place to stay, they might not want to invest in Awesome. I see, and that's the problem. Awesome Con used to be my best convention. Like, it beat out San Diego, right? And you would think San Diego, big time, 100,000 people, you gonna make money no matter what, right? I came to Awesome Con and I was like, money, right? That's what's up. My local had Tommy Oliver one year. Oh, you had Jason David Frank. That one should have brought a whole lot of people in too. Started off with comics, then migrated to something else. Sounds like the movies, yeah, and games, yeah. But I mean, it's really hard now, I think, to like bring in students and stuff and young artists and entrepreneurs who are doing comics, and they come to this convention with the understanding that it's like, hey, it's comics, right? Like, it's a comic convention, because that's what everything started as. Like, they were all comic conventions, and some of them will even tout themselves as comic conventions, but the focus isn't on comics, right? It's on movies, or it's on voice actors. Surprisingly, voice actors do so well at these things, like insanely well, which makes no sense to me. But they make a ton of money, and when a voice actor charges $45 for a signature, right, how much money is really going to be left for the people who are putting in all the hard work? Because don't get me wrong, Voice actors have to do a lot, right? There's a lot that goes into voice acting. I'm not taking anything away from them. But what about the animators that are doing it, right? Like if the animator came in and was an artist alley and was like, yo, I draw, or I was the animator on Avatar The Last Airbender, yeah, people are going to come by, but he or she is not going to make the same amount of money that the voice actor who, you know, voice acted for Iroh. Like, that's just not going to happen, right? And that's the part that's crazy. Like, that's what's messed up. It's really weird that comics in the West can't hold an audience. Yeah. New York Comic Con is a great option to table, but it's next to impossible to get in. I mean, went hand over fist when I could get a table, but that's getting harder and harder. Yeah, true. New York. I did New York a lot earlier, right? Way earlier, and it wasn't on and popping like it was beforehand. Or like it is, or was when you were making money like banana balls. But I wasn't making, you know, it was like I wasn't making gangbuster money there. So I went there because I got to visit friends from college and, you know, stuff like that. But I don't tell people, you know what I mean? I'm not like, oh, you should go to New York Comic Con, because if you want to hear a story about why I don't care for New York Comic Con, there's a story, right? It's like, there's a story. Yeah, see, I was there. Okay, so 2010 is when the incident happened, and then there was 2 years later, then I got in, and then I did, yeah, so right before it blew up, I told them about themselves and did all kinds of, you know, crazy stuff. VAs are the only part of the animation process that they know about. That's true. They only know about the voice actors. Still, but I'm just saying, like, there's no focus, right? Like, instead of going, hey, here's this voice actor, or hey, here's this voice actor, also here's the, you know, lead animator, or the correction, you know, the in-betweens, or the cleanup animator, or whatever animator for this show, they should be put on at least on the same pedestal. You know, they should be at least on the same pedestal. What the heck? Compare follow counts across social media versus, oh yeah, right. So, you know, you got someone who was on TV who goes, you know, who's able to go, you know, I don't know, whatever, bleed at. And then all of a sudden they're like, billions! I'm an instant star! But if it wasn't for all the animators, nobody would know that. But they get no love. No love. Story time? No. Oh, no. That is not going on something that can be recorded. I get way too heated about that situation. To this day, 2010 is when it happened, and I'm still pissed. So... yeah, you think, but also most times aren't thinking about that kind of thing. They aren't just working on their next thing anyway. That's true. They are always working. You rarely see animators do any type of conventions, right? That's absolutely true. I agree, but still, why not? And they won't come out because it's not worth it. That's the problem. It's not worth it. How much does it usually cost to run a table? Depends. It really depends on where you're going. New York, it's like $500 to get a table, if you can get in. Eight. Did a lot of talking. I wonder if we can get to 10. I wonder if we can get to 10 today. Let's do an easy one. I'm gonna wait until next time I see you to get that story. That's my New York Comic Con story is like I said, I get super heated about it because yeah. like hurtful, heated. Like I'm just like, oh, it's like that. So, yeah. Alright, so then we'll go ahead and actually give him the body. So oh wait, we should. Okay, there we go. There we go. 35 days left to San Diego. I'm so excited. Involve the mob? No, it does not involve. It does not involve the mob. If you can call it, let's see. There's always sort of been a natural pecking order in the mass market creative world. Yeah, that's true. Spots at my con are like 250, and I don't know if that's a lot for the smaller con. It depends on how small it is, because 250 is kind of a lot. Like 250 is a lot, so you got to see how many people that they are saying they're gonna bring in, right? Because you got to try and work your magic, try and get your money back. I'm trying to develop a point of reference. It really depends on how many people they bring in, how much advertising they do, what kind of artists are they bringing in, you know, depending on if it's a pop culture convention, what kind of celebrities are they bringing in, right? Because the whole idea is that you want to try and get people to come to the show, and if they're not doing anything to bring people to the show, the way that the showrunners are making money is by charging you guys an exorbitant amount of money. So that's the thing you gotta watch out for. So and it's hard to tell you if it's good or not, right? If you're like, oh yeah, you should go do that one because it'll be fine. It's really hard to say that. So I wish I could give you more guidance in that situation, but I really can't. Not without like what con are you going to? And I know you said you're trying to get into Heroes, but it's like, what con are you going to? Have you been there before? Because that's also, like everything that I would tell you would be based on if I've done something at the show or not. So he looks really creepy with this random eye. He's like, look at my eyeball. I'm a Scorpio and I work in information security. I am Batman. Oh wait, that's not gonna work. That creepy eyeball. That's not gonna work the way I want it to. Which means that his nose is here. It comes up a little bit, so curve his nose like so. Right, underneath that we got super goofy smile. Oh, that's too low. And that explains it, yep. Oh, Steve, are you coming out to San Diego this year? For some reason? trying to get those interviews and whatnot. The price of a ticket is $60. Is it 1 day? 1 day? 3 days? Oh, 1 day? Oh, 3 days is 165. Seems like they're from what their prices are. It seems like they're kind of a medium show. Right? Those are like medium show prices, if you ask me. So, if that's what they're asking for like 3 days and whatnot, then the 250 makes sense. Because they're expecting you to make, right? They're expecting you to make money. Yep. Well, see, what you're gonna want to do is make sure you have some type of like commission list too, because that'll help, right? Because you don't want to just rely on one thing. As for me, that would be playing Russian roulette. No, sir. Yeah, you don't want to just rely on one thing to go, to be at a show, because then you're pretty much setting yourself up for failure, right? If you're only doing one. So, you can have some prints. You want to make sure you have a commission list, right? Just something that if someone's like, hey, can you draw me a quick head? You can be like, yeah, that's going to be $20, $15, whatever, So, that's, Steve, that's fair. I just figured I'd ask to see if you were going out there, because this is my last year going to San Diego. Like, something has to change for me to go back, because they're going to start charging for Arts Alley tables in San Diego, and I'm not gonna sit there and let them torture me. You know, the red shirts be like, oh, you can't leave without getting one of us. What do you mean you had to use the bathroom? You know, and then I have to pay for the table too? It's like, nah, I'm sorry. So, I'm like, I'd rather just not go. And it's, like I said, it's a pop culture convention now. So it's not even a Comic-Con, right? So I'm fighting with like 5 billion people and celebrities and Funko Pops and all that stuff to try and make some money. And that's just, no. I'm like, that's what I got. I'm just like, no. See, yeah, really, Patrick Star is such an easy character. Hopefully no one will get mad at me drawing Patrick Star. I'm like, yep, I drew Patrick. Because there's really not much to good old Patrick Star. Nope, actually does come out straight. There he is, and up till now, price of an artist alley table is what AwesomeCon charges. Yeah, I know. But the listed price is for at least a full table. At San Diego, the listed price is going to get you a half table. So that means you get 4 feet. 4 feet. And no. Do you know how crappy 4 feet is? And how crammed you are together? Like, it's rough. And so, you know, and Hernandez and I, we share the table together. You know, luckily we're able to share the table together. But telling me I'm gonna have to pay $350 for half of a table, and then I have to let people like treat me like garbage, right? Like I'm a child. I can't get up like, man, I really got to use the bathroom. Oh well, gotta get permission. You know, it's like you gotta go get permission, otherwise it's not gonna be good. I think we might have to draw Sandy, because while Patrick would be the natural choice here, I think we gotta go with Sandy. I need to get some blank covers. Yep, blank covers are good. I need to start charging for those tables. Yeah, it sucks, right? And I'm surprised. Like 25% toys now. See. Comic books per se are a small percentage of any convention. I don't think there's such thing as a convention where anything isn't comic book media, digital, or physical is excluded. No, not excluded, but I mean, like, there are very few comic book conventions, right, where you can stand out as a comic book person. But when you're fighting against Funko Pops, when you're fighting against, you know, the celebrities, and if there's like 40 of them, you know, and they're charging $50 a signature and stuff like that, it's hard. It's hard. Well, that no one makes money in the endeavor except for when it comes to merchandising and the IP branches out. That's true. I mean, it's true, right? You make the big money, but that's when you're trying to make big money, right? Well, I mean, we all are, but the thing is, you're not going to the convention thinking, oh, I'm gonna make 10 grand. There are some people who do, but for the most part, you know, most people who go in are going, man, I hope I make my table back, or I hope I make my table and the hotel or gas. I really was hoping to not have the video. Because that is straight on, which would be great. Of course, that's all tiny. There we go. I'm gonna make a wrestling comic and run it to. Yeah, of course you should. Of course you should. Someone's asking for what to bring to a con. Change. Tell them to bring pockets fulls. Yeah, you want to make sure you bring change. You want to make sure you have enough like cash on you. You see you and Elvin crammed in that little space. Yeah, it's rough. Like it's horrible. Full of change. 1s, 5s, 10s. Oh yeah. Right. You're gonna need those small bills. And the thing is that everyone will come in and they know that they're coming in to small business, you know, like pretty much small business owners. And it's like, hey, yeah, I want to buy this from you. And you're like, oh, sweet. You know, someone's going to buy something from me. Sweet. And then they give you like a 50. And you're like, what are you doing? And they're like, you can break that, right? I'm like, it's the first day. And it's only been an hour. Like, you're about to completely demolish my entire change, like my bank, and I'll have this $100 bill and I won't be able to do anything for anyone else. And they're like, oh, so you can break it. All right, cool. You're like, you're not listening. So definitely have, you know, 1s, 5s, 10s. Very important. Just a little bit. Eyes are pretty big, so we'll get her eye in the middle. Need 50. Well, yeah, but they might give you a 50 and then be like, thanks, give me all your change, and they'll buy something for like $1, and you're like, okay. Sorry, my mom only gave me a $50 for today. Pop out for it. All right, Calculus. My favorite comic hack used to be sending someone or going myself out on the floor to find the guy selling comics to buy one book from the 99-cent pay with a 20 ching change. Yep, I mean, that is definitely one way to do it when you need change, right? And you're like, oh my goodness, do you have any change? But luckily, my table mates have normally been pretty good. Like if I fell into the moment where it was like, crap, I have 0 change all of a sudden, they would always help out. Be like, all right, here you go. And then, you know, you do the same thing on the other day when they ran out of change. But you'd always go to the bank, you know, so everyone knew, it's like, all right, well, we got to hit up the bank because nobody has any change. So that's the one thing that I would have to say from the Comic Cons is that within like Artist Alley, within that group, everyone's pretty good about pretty much being a community of independent small press people, and they're like, hey, how's it going? Like, oh, do you need anything? Like, oh yeah, oh wow, that broke, dude, that sucks. Okay, hold on, let me see if I have something. Like my sculpture, my prototype, a part of it fell off, and there was another person there who had sculptures and whatnot, and I was like, hey, do you by chance have any super glue? And the guy was like, yeah, I think so, yeah, hold on. And he gave it to me, it was all dry. And I was like, all right, man, don't, you know, I just want to let you know it's all dry. And he was like, oh crap, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's not your fault. And the next day when his wife came by, I was like, hey, I'm sorry, you know, we didn't have any, but I brought some more if you still need it. Like, we went home and then we brought another one so that we could have it. And it was like, oh snap, you know what I mean? So the community is actually really good. So that's really nice. Like I enjoy that a lot. And that's just too much. I'm trying to figure out the right balance for her cheek, because you know I don't draw SpongeBob, so trying to figure out, you know, because the one time it's too big, the other time it's too small, so I'm trying to figure out the right ratio. Because sometimes when people be tough, you know, be like, oh, what is that? That's not the way you do that. And like, my bad. Same thing with some cosplayers or a costume rip. I have some hot glue. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, especially I think with the cosplay community, right? Everyone understands the struggle, right? And they're just like, oh, dude, no, it's all right, I got you. Or they'll see you walking by and you're like, oh my goodness, and like, oh wait, no worries, I've got this in my hands, or I got this in my bag, I've got some scissors, or I got some glue, or I got some something, you know, and it's like, I got the hot glue gun, you know, it's like, oh, I got this in my hotel if you really, like you said, you know, it's like, I got this in the hotel if you need it. So the community about going to these things is absolutely fantastic. So Stop. A lot of people that, you know, don't know. Let's see who else. Who else we got? I always try and carry tape just in case. Oh yeah, like I've got scotch tape, I got duct tape. I try and have that kind of stuff too. You know, it's like, hey, I remember trash bags. You know, when they decide that no one's worthy of a trash can. You know, I'm like, oh, I got a trash bag. You know, go to the dollar store, pick up a box of like 8. Because there's not a lot in there, but for the convention purposes, right? And you're just like, hey, here's a trash bag if you need it. Man, getting tired. Nibbles had a theory that comic books are dying out because they still require reading, which makes more energy and attention. I could see that. I could see that. Oh. Alright, let's see. Who are we gonna draw? We gotta draw one more. Think. Alright, so let's look up Nightcrawler. Western Industry Comics. I mean, people do love comics, don't get me wrong. Let's go. Let's see. People like comics. Yeah. Just superheroes that keep screwing stuff up. I mean, that's fair too. Those comics are eye candy. I disagree because it takes about 5 minutes to speed read a comic. It's true too. It's very true. And they are eye candy. I do like. I mean, I know I like seeing it, right? And especially when they've got great artists working on it and stuff. And you're just like, oh, this is so good. His eyes are too big. Love being able to work in pencil. Just like, oh, those eyes are too big. It's alright, fixed it. "30 minutes." good. You should. And only the gaming platform made advertising books. Yeah, well, that's true. But I guess it just depends on what platform you go on then, doesn't it? Wait. They don't get admin, they get a little bit. Little bit. Reference. It's the lady with the... Okay. Merch sales. It's like merch sales. Merch. Yep, Webtoons, Patreon. Adjustments. There we go. people, and then out of those, yeah, that's. I mean, to be honest, it's exactly what it is, though, Mandala, right? You have to try and find your people, right? And then what happens is that struggle, right? Not necessarily struggle, but that thing is what really makes it so that you can make it, right? Merch, finding people that are willing to support you on like Patreon and things like that. So when you do drop new merch or you do drop something else, right, they're like, oh, I will support you. So that's kind of a big thing. But that's the hard thing, right? Like you have to find your people. If you can't find your people, you're pretty much done. That's why social media is so important, right? And for everyone who's like, oh, but I hate social media. It's like, well, you're allowed to hate social media as long as you don't want to as long as you don't want to get noticed. And then, it doesn't really matter. You do whatever the hell you want. That's 10. We got 10. Do this one instead. So they're like YouTubers, they make most of their money from fans and merch. Yeah. Resources of income, hopefully any stream. Yeah, no, that's the thing is that if you're like, oh, I'm gonna be independent, I'm gonna do it on my own, there's so much that you have to do in order to make that a reality. Right? If you want to be successful, that is. And successful meaning, if you're trying to do it on your own, you're trying to have your product be able to sustain whatever lifestyle that you're actually, into. And that's the big thing. Right? So if you're like, I'm an independent and I want my stuff to work for me, blah, 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 blah. Like, that's cool. Then you just have to know that you're going to have to put in a lot of work. And that's all there is to that. I think most people just fail to realize just how much work you're going to have to do to become that kind of independent person. And yeah, sometimes people get lucky, right? But they get lucky with the right amount of stuff. So it's not like they actually got lucky, they were just prepared. Or and anyone who's like, yeah, but nobody knew this person, they posted once and then all of a sudden they blew up, they got lucky. It's like, yeah, but there's a reason why they blew up, right? There's a reason why so many people took to whatever platform it was to share it, reshare it, and do all that kind of stuff, there's something there. And so while it might seem like, oh, well, that was just really, really lucky, and, you know, they obviously had something that people wanted. Because even when you have a celebrity like endorsement, that doesn't mean that, you know, the first few people are going to go over there and they'll be like, all right, I'm going to go, I will check it out. But that doesn't mean that they're going to stick around, right? And be like, oh, because they might not like it, especially if your quality is not that good, you know? It's just like, oh, well, guess what? This is kind of poopy. You're like, yep, it sure is. All right, and you just kind of keep moving. So. Breaking out the templates. Anyone who's an artist, you need templates. Period. That's all there's to that. You ain't got no templates, you're doing it wrong. That's right. I said it. Mostly for one reason only. You are not a robot. Templates are like, yep, even digital, yep. Yep. Like I have many templates. Good. Templates are important. And what's funny is my students, they're like, I don't need a template. I'm like, wow, that thing was horrible. What's up, AG? They're like, that circle is really bad. They're like, yeah, I can't draw circles. I'm like, get a template. Like, well, you know, it's like, no, I don't know. He's like, you have a problem, and I'm telling you exactly how to fix it. So no, I don't understand. Well, they're expensive. They're like $8. I don't want to hear it. $8. What's up, AG? How's it going, man? Get a compass? I'm not a big fan of the compass because it always punctures the paper. And then you get you're like, all right, well, I'll get the plastic nib, right? So that it doesn't actually go into the paper, and then it doesn't stay put. So that's why I like templates. I gotta hold it. It's a circle, you know. And yes, you do need a couple because they make them different sizes and everything, but I would much rather have a couple templates than a compass. That's just me, right? You use whatever works for you, but for me, put tape on the paper. Yeah, but then the tape sticks to the paper. And then I gotta hope that it, you know, it's not gonna destroy the paper when I pick it up. There's just a lot of risk factors. It's just so much easier to be like, screw it, I'm gonna do this. So much time to save at the start of the project, not having to set a layer. Yeah. $8.99. You can get a set of templates for $8.99. Oh yeah? Okay. How does it look? Like, do you know, does it, How does it look? Okay. Good old Casey Jones. Arches, hexes, yep. Jackie told me to do the same yesterday, but I misunderstood what you meant. Oh, okay. It's like happens to the best of us. No. Where light's coming from that way. I guess I can fill it in. Don't necessarily want to. The final battle royale has begun. Should watch it. We're gonna watch this one. Wait, did I already miss it? A Wonder One. So rigged. So absolutely 100% rigged. What? 7 minutes left. We have. Right for the end. Welcome back. Templates. 5 minutes. Doing individual cards this time. No. He was like, no. Nope. Trying not to kill myself. And, you know, it's like, I'm pretty much way ahead of schedule. Considering how I normally operate. The fact that, you know, they're like, oh, we need this. let's see. So they needed it a week before Comic-Con. Comic-Con starts July 20th. So they're like, oh, well, we need it by the 13th. Right? We would need it by the 13th of July to give us a full week. And then they're like, we don't necessarily need a full week because we'll have some extra hands. But, you know, and I'm like, alright. But I was like, nope. I'm trying to knock all this out so that I can be like, yo, let's do the Ninja Empire, right? Like it's to the point to where I don't want to take on any extra work, right? Like I'm like, I don't really need to take this on. I don't need to take that on. So I'm like, if we can get this done, that means I'll be free and clear. Just be able to work. Two minutes? What? I'm like, oh no. We're not gonna finish. It's actually the time. Okay. It's in fulcrum. All right. Time's up. Okay. Alright, well we did the same we did last stream. We got 5 of them done, but we inked 1 and 1.5. So we actually got a little bit more work done, which is absolutely fantastic. So thank you guys so very much for making today not a quiet stream. Like Wednesday is normally pretty quiet, so thank you guys so very much for not just lurking today. You were able to talk. It was great. You know, thank you so very much. I want to thank, you know, Social Michael to come in and drop $10 for Patreon, which is absolutely fantastic. So thank you guys for the support and everything, and we're gonna get this done. We're gonna get our commissions done, and then we are headed to Ninja Empire Universe, and it's all I'll be doing, just drawing those. So thank you guys, as always. Thank you so very much. You are absolutely amazing. Always remember, born a ninja, die a ninja. Is anyone out there that we need to hit up for a raid, or we just heading out on today? We're just going back to bed. What's the word? Leaving the head back to the house. Always hanging out with you. Yep. Is he on? Let's see. Okay, we can do that. Let's raid Justin. All right, cool. Don't forget, yep, tomorrow Tomorrow, Wacom stream. It'll be hosted on my channel, but Wacom stream, I'll be over there taking over their channel. So definitely come and hang out there. It would be absolutely fantastical. Experience. Yep. Thank you so very much for that plug. But yeah, so Wacom experience tomorrow, 8:30. We are going to flesh out the character that we created on stream, on the last stream. So come check it out. All right, so let's go ahead and raid. Wait, but I will. We haven't even left yet, so don't worry. We're gonna do it. Don't worry. All right, so first we need to do this so that I can actually get my raid on, and I'll say thank you again, and we will see you on either tomorrow or Sunday. All right, you guys are awesome, and we'll see you later. Stick around for the raid, okay?
The Ninja Empire is supreme, dominant, and our ninja spirit is fueled by fire and driven by razor-sharp determination. When we take on a mission, we must succeed or die. Our style is unique and deadly, and no one wants to suffer the wrath of the Ninja Empire.